I just celebrated my 19th wedding anniversary. Yes, you heard that right. Watch me transform those memories into a beautiful and meaningful planner spread.
First, let's talk about the kit I'm using. It is called Happy Camper, and it's not your usual kit you would use for a wedding anniversary, but I love this kit so much that I still wanted to squeeze it in to be used in my planner this year. And since I think of the last week in August as the last week of summer, it was perfect. I just wanted to also show you this kit in the larger format for bigger planners. Let's go over how I choose what I'm going to include in my planner when I do a memory type spread. Obviously, if there are any major events that happen, like birthdays, anniversaries, things like that, I like to write those down along with anything we do to celebrate them. But I also like to include chores I have done or dinners I have made. I love looking at my past menus from previous weeks when I am meal planning in real time. It just makes meal planning that much easier to reference those meals. Any appointments that happen, I like to document, so if I need to reference those, I have them in my planner. I really love using this planner as more of a memory spread planner than using it in real time. I just like to be able to look back and see exactly what was done those days during those weeks. It just makes it a lot more fun to look back at. When I feel like I have to scratch out things or I know certain things didn't happen during the week, it just doesn't make me as happy knowing that I wrote down exactly what did happen that week. I have my work planner that I use as a to-do list to keep me on track for work things. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want, what I need for my personal and family planner to do all this functional pre-planning. I have a planner that I use right now, but I'm just not loving it. So I really am still in the search for that perfect planner for me when it comes to my home and personally. If you are loving anything right now for you, let me know in the comments so I can check it out. We started the week out strong with Ben and I's wedding anniversary on Monday. We have been married for 19 years, which just sounds wild when I say it out loud. We did get married young, which we realized doesn't always work out, and so we feel very lucky that we have been able to grow up together. He actually had this day off, which was great. We went to a seafood restaurant and got oysters and lobster rolls, which have quickly become a favorite. Let me know how you feel about oysters. I know a lot of people haven't tried them or won't try them or just don't even like them, but they are actually a fun food to have, and I encourage you to try them if you haven't. The rest of the day was just a normal Monday. I talked about this before, but we had radon detected in our basement, so we needed to get a radon system put in, which we were able to do a few weeks ago. We had the company come back out and test it again to make sure that the system was working and that the levels were safe. It takes radon a few days, like 3 to 4 days, for it to, I think it's called half-life. So if our levels were at a 12, so we needed to wait 4 days for it to go down to 6, and then another 4 days to go down to 3, and so on. So that was pretty crazy to be told that our levels were at 12 because a safe level is 4. But now after we got it tested, after we had the system put in, ours are now at a 0.5. So we are good to go down there now, and everything is working properly. I finally felt comfortable to go down there to do my workout. So I was able to get my workout done on Monday. And then Ben and I finished the movie The Gift that night, which is with Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall. It's actually a pretty simple storyline, but it's actually pretty interesting. Tuesday, we were back to work. I focused hard on getting orders done and editing my video for that week. I've been aiming to get my videos up on Wednesdays. So I've been usually filming on Mondays, editing Tuesdays, and hoping for the video to be all set and ready to go live on Wednesdays. So I really try to work hard on Tuesdays getting that done. I spent the evening getting a bunch of laundry caught up. It's nice to just sit down and fold a bunch of laundry while, of course, watching a soccer game. And then I, of course, planned out my workday for the next day. That has now become a nightly routine for me, and it just really helps me feel like I am all ready and set to start the next day instead of having to take the time in the morning, which I know some people do, and I have done that in the past also. But for work, I actually like going to bed, having the ideas, like the to-do list, all ready and focused for me the next day. Since moving into the new house, there are still some things that the builder is taking care of for us. We had a couple of really large tree stumps on the side of our house that we wanted removed, so they came to take care of that. I was so glad I wasn't filming that day, that I was actually on top of my filming earlier in the week, because that chainsaw was going off from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, and it was being done right by my office. I was also super excited that day because I had ordered a white arch cabinet for our living room the week before, and it was delivered this day. I unfortunately still haven't had time to put it together, but I'm very excited to have a place to decorate. Looks like I was still finishing up my YouTube video this day. Just getting the thumbnail and finishing with edits and just making it go live. I also finished up some orders, so I just had to do some foiling and then package them up. And it was, of course, trash night, so I went ahead and took those out to the curb. I am still walking the kids to the bus in the morning. It's just nice to be up with them and chat a little bit longer while we walk together. And if they didn't want me to go, I wouldn't, but they actually do. I actually asked them just to make sure that they're good with it. They don't have a lot of kids at their bus stop, but I just want to make sure that, I'm not embarrassing them. So I would say that is a mom win that they still want me to walk them down. And I apologize for my hand being in the way in this shot, but I wanted to kind of change up the view a little bit. This day I just took care of a lot of my to-do list for work. We were going to have a really busy weekend, so I knew I wasn't going to have as much time as I usually do on the weekends to get some of my work done. So I just really was trying to maximize my work hours this week. I wanted to get a bonus video up last weekend, so I needed to make sure I filmed it this day, which I did. We had a really big thunder and lightning storm this night. It was awesome. Lots of rain, lots of lightning, lots of thunder, which we just love being on the East Coast. Summer storms are really awesome, but we actually didn't really get that many this last summer. On Friday, my kids didn't have school, so they lucked out with a 4-day weekend. But of course, I still had to work, so I just let them sleep in so I could get going on my to-do list. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I posted a video of a deer in our backyard. We have a decent size yard, which then backs into woods. So I was really excited that I finally saw one. I have said to Ben so many times that I hope we see a deer back there, and then finally one showed up. He has come back since then, and he also brought a friend, which I thought was really fun. For work, I just focused on editing and doing all the YouTube stuff for the video I wanted to get up on Saturday. I always send out a newsletter on Fridays, so I needed to write and send that out. I always leave a link down in the description box below if you are interested in signing up for that newsletter. This is basically the only way to get a coupon code for my Etsy shop. I also needed to go to the post office to drop off some orders. Ben was home early this day, which was super nice. And then I believe we picked up Chick-fil-A this night, so I just cleaned up the kitchen afterwards. I don't think we really did anything Friday night. Saturday, we grabbed some Starbucks and I had the pumpkin cream cold brew. I have tried the pumpkin spice lattes and I'm not a huge coffee drinker to begin with. And the pumpkin spice latte is just not my jam, but the pumpkin cream cold brew is really good. I spent the morning designing some Halloween kits that are being released this Friday. And since Premier League is back, you know I had that on while I was designing. Saturdays and Sundays, there are games basically all day long. So that is just on as long as my family doesn't yell at me to turn it off. That night is when we celebrated our anniversary, where we went to the Avril Lavigne concert. It was so good. Simple Plan was also playing with her on her tour, so it was really fun seeing both of my favorites from high school. So that was fun and really nostalgic for us. We have seen Simple Plan 2 times before this, so I just thought he was like a bonus being there with Avril. Their performances were really good. I was really happy with it. I'm kind of going a little bit backwards here, going from the bottom up, but Katya had a birthday party that she attended to that at noon, and then we had picked up like food, like dinners. Sunday morning, we just relaxed and slept in a little bit, grabbed some Starbucks egg bites for breakfast. I think we had Stars this day. We don't normally go to Starbucks more than once a week. It's kind of our like Saturday morning treat for the weekend. So going to Starbucks on Sunday isn't a normal thing, but we had Stars that were expiring this day that we had to use. So we got some like free food. So that's why we had gone. But those egg bites are really good. Have you guys had those? I really love them. I tried to get a little bit of work done because we were heading into DC for lunch and a show we had tickets for. So I was just trying to get some of that done in the morning. Since we didn't do a trip or anything for our anniversary this year, we did this concert and then spent the day in DC. Hopefully, since next year is our 20th anniversary, we will be doing a trip then. We actually haven't been in DC for quite a while, but it really is a cool place. There's so much to do, and it is really fun just going for the day. Ben and I have so much fun together. It really is nice being married to your best friend, and I really do feel very lucky. I'm just going to quickly fill out the side. I mentioned how I like to reference the menu, so I still write that in, even though it's a memory spread. Also, the habit tracker, I usually like to put something there so I can look back and see what I was working on. And then in those last 4, I just kind of put some main events that happened during the week so I can remember what needs to be done that week. I hope you were inspired to capture your own memories. Leave me a comment sharing your favorite moment from your past week. I would love to read about it. And I will see you guys at our next planning session. Bye, guys.